What is happening? Amazing children of God. I hope that this relationship, this realizing that Yahweh lives in you and loves you, that He likes being there, I hope it's becoming easy. I hope it's becoming simple. That's one of the things that He's been trying to get me to wrap my mind around is simplicity, leaning off the tree of knowledge of good and evil and making it be about love. So here at this job site, I think the bug just wetted my mouth. Oh, something happened there. At this job site, there is a guy, a heating and cooling guy, who has a jacked up right leg. He dropped a condenser unit on it 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, this thing looks gnarly, and it causes him to walk in a way that just looks painful, and on top of that, it is painful. And so I asked him about it. I approached him about it, and I was like, what's up with your leg? And I was like, I'm asking because I want to pray for it. And up to this point, I have not seen anything like physically manifest anytime I've prayed for anybody. I have reports of pain leaving, of doctor's reports coming back with supernatural results, but I have not physically seen with my eyes anything. And sometimes we can be tempted to be disappointed by what we're not seeing, and that will take us off the course of faith and cause us to back off from healing the sick, raising the dead, casting out demons. If it's all about what you see, it's going to be a lot like those disciples that couldn't cast out the demons from the guy's son who was falling into the water, into the fire. They call it moonstruck in some translations, or epilepsy, some people think is what's going on there. But if you're only basing the possibilities of God on what you see, you're going to be left severely short when it comes to what God is actually capable of and what's happening outside of what you're aware of immediately. So I've prayed for him a couple times, and just ministering honestly, like, hey, I would love to see you healed. I know Jesus wants to heal you. He loves you. Let's do this, and let me know how you feel. And one day he came back and he said, hey, thanks, your prayer really worked. My knee feels a lot better today. It was killing me yesterday. Thank you for praying for me. And that's awesome. And so my mind, I don't know if this is you or not, but my mind sometimes goes to observing his behavior at work and the inconsistencies that people have, where one minute they're really nice, the next minute they're gossiping or talking bad about people. And we can be tempted to start going through a logical process of the knowledge of good and evil and saying, oh, well, I know why that guy's not healed. He talks a lot of junk about people. Oh, he's really not nice to that guy he's working with, and all this stuff. And these were things that were going through my head. And all the while I'm still praying for him, still trying to hold him in my heart and see what God sees. And then last night, or early this morning, amidst a bunch of weird dreams, this guy shows up in my dreams. And in the dream, I'm holding his knee, and I'm forgetting everything, any natural knowledge I have of this man, who I don't know very well. I've only known him for a couple hours out of both of our lives. So it'd be foolish to think that I know his heart. So I'm holding his knee, ignoring anything I know or don't know about him, and I'm just loving him. And in my dream, I'm watching his gnarly leg be made completely whole in front of him and I. and him getting the life back that he is used to and probably wants. And in it, God is saying, you oftentimes you are looking at too many factors. You're making this too complicated. Erase everything in the process. Keep I love, I am life, I am spirit, I am word. I am love, I am life. And so I would recommend to you to meditate on who God is, what God is, and then give that to people. Because our natural knowledge sometimes can tie us in knots and completely disrupt faith and miracles and whatever, even in our personal lives, getting past hurdles that we're facing. If we take in account anything other than what God says, what God wants to do with the situation, we can end up in a way that seems right to a man but leads to destruction. And so the next time I see this guy, which is hopefully soon, I'm going to practically apply and practice the principle of when Jesus said, I only do what I see my Father do. So I'm going to take what that dream was as my Father showing me what to do. And I'm going to do what I see the Father doing. And I'm going to pray for this man again. And I'm going to try to follow play by play what I saw in the dream. So that should be interesting. It's going to take me stepping out of my comfort zone, me pushing in the face of what we are or aren't seeing. And so it's just another opportunity for growth. So if there's anything, any dream you've been given about any situation, whether praying for a loved one, a coworker, a neighbor, maybe even creating a project that you've been holding in your heart, something that breaks you out of your comfort zone. And don't focus on success, focus on obedience. Focus on loving your Father so much you're going to give it a shot because he says you can. It's not about if God does his part and you do your part. It's not a transaction. Hey, I'm going to go pray for people. God, you better show up or else I'm going to look foolish. No. It is, God, you love this person. I want to practice loving this person the way you do. I'm going to ignore everything that I know about them and I'm just going to give them you. So have an amazing, amazing, amazing day. And I hope this helps you grow in simplicity and intimacy with your Father. Shalom.